Good day, everyone. I am Elordi Romo, a fourth-year BSA student, and I will be discussing to you the Republic Act 8752, or also known as the Anti-Dumping Act of the Philippines. So what is dumping? Dumping happens when foreign producers sell goods in another country at prices lower than in their own market or below production cost, causing harm or threat to local industries. It is a type of price discrimination between countries. Dumping is unfair to local industries because it creates unfair competition. Foreign companies sell products at very low prices, making it hard for local businesses to compete, which can lead to losses or even closures. There are three elements that establish a dumping case: the dumping, injury, and causal link. Dumping is when a foreign company sells a product in another country at a price lower than its normal value. In injury, there must prove that local producers are harmed or threatened by the dump imports. This can include loss of sales, reduced profits, layoffs, or closure of local business. In causal link, there must be a direct connection between the dump imports and injuries suffered by the domestic industry. In other words, the damage must be caused specifically by the dumping, not by other factors. A dumping case is proven when dumping occurs, local industries are injured, and the dumping directly causes that injury. The government agencies are responsible for implementing the laws are DTI, or the Department Trade of Industry, the DTI BIS, or the Bureau Importation Services, the Department of Agriculture, the Tariff Commission, and the Bureau of Customs. The Department of Trade and Industry handles non-agricultural products. The Secretary of Trade and Industry is authorized to initiate and decide on anti-dumping cases involving industrial goods, oversees the implementation of anti-dumping measures after final determination. DTI Bureau of Import Services serves as the implementing and investigating arm of the DTI, receives and evaluates petitions from domestic industries alleging injury from dump imports, conducts preliminary investigation, and endorses valid cases to the Tariff Commission for formal investigation, provide technical and administrative support throughout the anti-dumping process. The Department of Agriculture handles agricultural products. The Secretary of Agriculture carry out the same functions as the DTI, but for the agriculture sector, including initiating and deciding anti-dumping cases involving farm goods. The Tariff Commission serves as the independent investigating authority, conducts formal investigations to determine whether dumping exists, whether it causes material injury to a domestic industry, and whether there is a causal link between the two, submits its finding and recommendations to the DTI or DA Secretary for the final decision. The Bureau of Customs implements and collects anti-dumping duties once a final decision has been issued by the DTI or DA, ensures proper enforcement of duty orders on imported goods found to be dumped, monitors import entries subject to anti-dumping measures to prevent evasion, works closely to the DTI, BIS, and Tariff Commission to ensure compliance with the anti-dumping ruling. The case involves North Gypsum Philippines Incorporated, which filed a petition under Republic Act 8752, or Anti-Dumping Act of 1999, against imported gypsum boards from Thailand. The company alleged that Thai exporters sold gypsum boards in the Philippines at prices lower than their normal value, causing material injury to the local gypsum board industry. The DTI, through its Bureau of Import Services, conducted a preliminary investigation covering the period January 2022 to May 2023 for dumping and 2019 to 2023 for injury. Results showed that imported gypsum boards with 9mm and 12mm thickness were dumped in the Philippine market, undercutting local prices by 9% to 12%. The domestic industry suffered losses in market share, reduced sales, and operating losses, with Thai imports capturing 30% of the market by 2023. Based on these findings, DTI concluded that dumping caused material injury to the local industry. In November 2024, the DTI imposed a provisional anti-dumping duty in the form of a cash bond, ranging from 4.65% to 34.72% of the export price for 4 months. The order was implemented through the BOC. The Tariff Commission was directed to conduct a formal investigation to determine if permanent anti-dumping duties should be imposed. The dumping led to price suppression, loss of competitiveness, and financial strain on domestic producers like NOF Gemsong Philippines Incorporated. Local manufacturers struggled to match the low-price imports, resulting in decreased profitability and market share. The imposition of provisional duties helped stabilize prices, protected local jobs, and ensured fair competition. A customs broker upholds fair trade by being honest, compliant, and transparent, ensuring all imports are declared accurately, duties are properly paid, and trade laws are respected. By doing so, the broker helps prevent unfair competition and supports the growth and integrity of local industries. As a future customs broker, I aim to uphold honesty and fairness in all trade transactions. It is my duty to ensure that imported goods are properly declared and compliant with anti-dumping laws to protect local industries from unfair competition. By promoting ethical practices and transparency, I can help maintain fair trade, support the local economy, and strengthen trust in the customs profession.